Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to this taste challenge. We have it's a cold day here, and we have two rye whiskeys to warm me up. This is Old Overholt Straight Rye Whiskey, introduced in 1810 in Pennsylvania, but moved to Kentucky later on. I don't know when the Old Overholt distillery was shut down. It was like 1990 something. I don't know. All right. I bought this at Walmart. It was $15.99 when I bought it. It's 80 proof. It's aged 3 years. It's Kentucky straight rye whiskey. Straight rye whiskey. What does that mean? No coloring added. No flavoring added. Pure, aged in new charred oak barrels. Okay? Want pure whiskey? No coloring or flavoring added? Get straight. You better get straight, because that will have no coloring or flavoring added. Now, here is the competitor, Old Overholt Kentucky Straight Rye Whiskey, 86 proof. Ooh, aged 4 years. Well, and non-chill filtered. Oh, so they changed it. See, this was discontinued in 2020. This was discontinued in 2020. It had the black cap. All right. And then I saw another bottle on the shelf with the red cap. Other bottles. I paid no mind to it. I thought, oh, they changed the cap. No big deal. Label looks about the same. So I didn't pay attention. I honestly did not pay attention to it. And then later I was reading about Old Overholt. And I kept seeing people saying, yeah, I like the way they changed it. I like the way they changed it. And I'm like, changed it? And I was like, uh-oh. And I realized it was more than just a bottle cap change from black to red. It was a new product, not amazingly new or profoundly new, but new. But this is the 2022 edition. I have the 2020 edition in the other room, and that's going to be tomorrow, unless I get crazy and do it tonight. But this is the Old Overholt 4-year. So 3-year age, 4-year age, chilled filtered, non-chill filtered, Kentucky straight rye, Kentucky straight rye. We don't know the percentage. 5 a.m. here, morning. Oh, wow, you're up early. You sound like me. All right, so got my tags, got it correct. Go over there, and you go over there. Been on the market 213 years. Urjo says it's not 100% right. No, it's not 100% right. It makes no claim to that. Actually, a rye whiskey does not have to be 100% rye. It has to be at least 51% rye. The other 49% grains can be anything: rice, wheat, barley, corn, a combination of those of any sort. Doesn't matter. Rye whiskey does not have to be aged any particular time. Straight rye has to be aged at least 2 years. These are straight ryes. And new charred oak barrels. And it all must come from the same state. You can make straight rye in Pennsylvania. You can make straight rye in Kentucky. You can make straight rye in Louisiana. Doesn't really matter. Okay, as long as it all comes from the same state. And these do. They come from Kentucky, the Commonwealth of Kentucky. Now, when I went on my big trip to 2 weeks ago, to England and Spain. I'm sorry, England, Gibraltar, the British territory of Gibraltar, Spain, and Spanish Africa. Did I see any rye whiskey? You know what? I don't recall seeing any rye whiskey. I wasn't exactly looking for it, but you seem like I would have remembered that. I did not see any. I didn't see Sazerac rye. I didn't see Jim Beam rye. I didn't see Old Overholt rye. I didn't see Jack Daniels rye, George Dickel rye. I did not see Woodford Reserve right now. I saw Woodford Reserve, definitely Woodford Reserve, but just a regular, bourbon, not the rye. So I don't know what to tell you. Now, I saw Woodford Reserve rye at the Dallas Fort Worth airport, and I saw Woodford Reserve rye at the New Orleans International Airport, but I didn't see it at the Gibraltar Airport, and I didn't see it at the London Heathrow Airport, the London, England Airport. Now, it might have been there. I just didn't see it, but I don't, usually I remember things like that. Okay. They're I didn't quite pour them the same. It should be close enough. Let me make sure. Saw a lot of gin. I saw some gin that I know about that we get here, like Sip Smith. I think every liquor store sold Gordon's. Well, Gordon's like one of the top brands in the world. But and Tanqueray, who don't sell Tanqueray? And but I don't recall seeing Seagram's gin. And in the United States, that's like the number one everywhere. But yeah, it goes different ways in different countries. Right, vice versa. You're at 12 hours ahead. Okay, so appearance, they're both gold. Copper, no, they're both copper. Look, copper. Clear copper. Isle of Fire. Wayne says, sometimes I really enjoy a shot of gin. I don't mess with gin, I don't mess with gin, but I'm not against it, but I don't mess with it. I could get Seagram's. If I go to Rouse's in Metairie, Louisiana, I can get the Seagram's Distillers Reserve, the black and gold label. That's a lot more expensive. Okay, so yeah, just to let you know, if you're used to drinking Seagram's London Dry Gin, which, like I told you, and you know this, I didn't have to tell you this, it's at every liquor store in America. Any place that sells liquor is going to have it. We know that, which is probably why it's the best-selling gin in America. Okay, very well made, no complaints here. Been on the market since like 1933. Okay, no problem. But if you ever track down the Distiller's Reserve gin from Seagram's, the gold and black label, that's the one to get. It's going to cost more, but it's going to be like another world. Well, maybe you shouldn't get it, because if you buy it and you try it, you may never want to buy the regular one again. That's the issue. Yeah. My daughter was like, this stuff's amazing. I said, I told you. Because she liked the regular, Seagram's. I mean, I'm not saying she loved it, but she liked it. When she was in college, she used to get Mims gin. Mims. I said, why you got Mims? Well, we had no money. It's a good reason. But she said, I've moved on from Mims. Well, she could, because she had more money. But must have been all right for her, because she bought it for years and she didn't really complain about it. But yeah, you get that Distiller's Reserve and you're going to just say, oh man. Okay, now let's get back to the question at hand, the rye whiskeys. The old Overholt versus the new old Overholt. Right. And then tomorrow, or later tonight, but probably tomorrow, I'm going to have the mid-range old Overholt. So this is the night. This was the one, see the black cap? This was on the market till 2020. And this came on the market in 2022. But there was something on the market for 2 years, 2020 to 2022, during the scamdemic. And it was aged 3 years, but non-chill filtered and 86 proof. But then they decided to go to 4 years. Now, what's going to happen next year? Are they going to come out with a 5-year age? Maybe. If I go to Metairie, I can get the 100 proof, the bottle and bond Old Overhaul bottle and bond. It's $26, $25.99, but it is on the shelf. Are those the only variants? No. There's an Old Overhaul 114 proof. No thanks. That's too strong for me, but it's out there. I think there's an Old Overhaul single barrel, Old Overhaul small batch, blah, blah, blah. You know, the same old routine. But yeah, I'd like to try them all, but that's probably not going to happen. All right. So it's from James B. Beam Distilling Company. And they talked about how they made it during Prohibition as a medicinal product because people needed whiskey for medicine. Haha. The whole thing was a scam. Now, what are some other products that they make? Let's look real fast. Old Granddad. Let's see. Old Granddad, Old Overholt, Hardin's Creek, which I am not familiar with that. Must be something new. Clermont Steep. That must be something new. Single malt whiskey. Yeah, that's something new. Old Crow. We all know about Old Crow. They don't make Old Crow Reserve anymore. Disgusting. I never got to try it. Old Tub. Legend. I never had Legend. Legend. Booker's. Baker's. Little Book. Basil Hayden. Knob Creek. And of course, Jim Beam. I've had some of those, but I have certainly not had all of those. But I would like to try all of those. I've had Old Granddad. I've had Old Granddad Bottled and Bond. I've had Old Granddad 114, too strong. I've had Old Crow, Old Overhaul, the second Old Overhaul, the third Old Overhaul. I've had Jim Beam Prohibition Repeal, Jim Beam Choice, Jim Beam Rye. So that's 11 right there. And I've had one of the Knob Creek Special Age. My friend David had it, wanted me to try it. It was great, of course. Even better because I didn't buy it. You know what I'm saying. But I watched your old hangout of Seagram's Gin, and there are a lot of folks on that hangout that don't participate anymore. They all had some great input into the hangout. Yeah, you know how it goes. They lose interest or they die or they can't drink anymore because of medical reasons or other reasons, or they get angry at me for some trivial reason. You know, you never know. Like, I don't pressure people to join. If they join and they like doing it, fine. If they lose interest, I'm not going to hound them. What percent rye are these two products? It's undisclosed, KS, undisclosed. Some people think it's the minimum, 51%, but they can't back that up because they don't know. Rock and rye is always nice. Oh, rock and rye. Yeah, that's a type of liqueur. Yes. I've never had it, but I know about it. Mm-hmm. Okie doke. Let's get it rolling. So here we go. Time to go. No, man. Boom. I've got some more videos coming up that I recorded in La Linea de Concepcion, Spain, in the province of Cadiz, in the region of Andalusia. And you can hear all the people talking in the background at the hotel because down the street and around the corner, it was like the French Quarter in New Orleans on a Saturday night. Well, it was a Saturday night, but it was in Spain. And they were out there all night long. Well, around 1 in the morning. It got quiet, but drinking and talking and eating big dinners and having beer, wine, liquor, but a lot of beer. I mean, they love that Cruz Campo beer. So I've got the Alhambra Tradicional coming up tomorrow, and then we're going to have the Alhambra Especial coming up. So Alhambra Tradicional, and then the Alhambra Special coming up. And those are great. And I bought those for so cheap. Oh, so very cheap in Gibraltar, bro. I brought them over the line into Spain, and they didn't even check my bags. And of course, they'd given me so much trouble kicking me out of Spain for 2 hours. Never got kicked out of a country before. So I guess you could say I've been to Spain twice. I went there. They said, hello, where are your reservations? Oh, you don't have any? Bye, get out. Long story short. And then I went back to Spain. So I guess I've been to Gibraltar 3 times. Went there, left, came back, left again, came back 3rd time. I liked it all 3 times. Not so much the 2nd time because I was stressed out. I didn't know where to find Ocean Heights to get the reservation printed. That was crazy. That was like a crazy night. But I got those coming up, and then later I have some videos posted when I recorded them in the Strait of Gibraltar in the Mediterranean Sea on the ship. I did 2 videos on the ship. So if there's background noise, that'll just prove why I don't like to do on-site videos. People always say, when are you going to do more on-site videos? And I say, never, hopefully. And then I got some videos I recorded in Spanish Africa and Ceuta. And those were great beers. I mean, not the best, but, really enjoyable. Oh, this smells like minty rye. And this smells like minty rye. I love the smell of rye whiskey in the morning. It reminds me of victory. No, but you know what I'm saying. I mean, it smells good. It's minty. It's grain, like bread, rye bread. You never had it either. Fago soda. Oh, no, I don't mess with that high fructose corn syrup stuff. Thanks. Are rye whiskeys required to be aged in new charred white oak barrels? Yes. What? Wow. It's me, Hector. How was Africa, Spain? Says Ghost. Spanish Africa? I didn't go to all of it because I didn't go to Melilla. That was like an 8-hour ship ride. I was like, I ain't going there. But apparently Melilla is nice. But I went to Ceuta, however you say that. I didn't go to Benzu. I couldn't make it. It was too long of a walk. I was like too tired. I'm like, I'm sure that's a nice town. I made it halfway there and my feet were killing me, so I just left. I never made it to Benzu. But I know what small towns look like, but I mean it would have been nice. I'm not putting it down. But I was all over Ceuta. I thought it was pronounced Suta, but I don't speak Spanish. But so I was there 2 nights. It was warm. You had to take your jacket off during the day because it would just warm up. In the morning, oh yeah, it would get chilly. And in the evening when the sun was going down, you had to put your jacket, had to put the windbreaker back on. It was getting cold. Not cold, but chilly. Not now, but 10 years from now. Your recent Spain videos, yep, been trying to catch up on them. Cool. Wow. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like them. I got one coming up when I'm walking on the North Beach Road. Well, not on the road, but on the pathway next to the road, you understand? And then I got one where I'm downtown in the morning. I recorded that during the morning, early morning the next day, right at dawn, right when people were opening up the stores and everything. And it was crawling with people. It was people packed downtown every day. It was packed with people, all kind of restaurants, all kind of stores. And the grocery stores were just like over here. I mean, they were the same, really, but nicer. Okay, okay, had to quit for health reasons. I'm Hector Lopez. I sent you old English West Coast. Oh yeah, Hector. That was such a great gift because then I got to do the solo and the duo review, and we liked it. Distilled, brewed, and reviewed. John, hello to you, John. Did I go where John Lennon got married? Well, I don't know if I went to the registrar's office, like the Justice of the Peace, but I went to Gibraltar. Yeah, I walked across the runway. You have to walk. You have to walk across the runway. There's no other way to get around it. They just have a stop sign and the guards, and they say, "Okay, the plane's left. Once the plane takes off, then they take the chain down and say, okay, you can walk. And they tell you, don't stop walking, keep walking in case another plane comes. I'm joining the Army. Any advice? Yeah, but not. I don't have time in this video to give the advice. Yeah. Cool. You must have seen the Pillars of Hercules on your ferry journey. Yes, I did, and they have a monument to that. What's your opinion on the controversy of Spain having territory on the African continent? I know it's a hot topic. It says B Aviation. Oh, it doesn't matter to me. It makes no difference to me. I'm neutral. I don't get involved in the internal affairs of Spain. I don't get involved in the conflicts between Spain and Morocco. But whatever they want to do they have good food there? Well, yeah, it's kind of bland, and they love sandwiches. Are you still going to Hawaii for the last state to visit? I would like to. I plan on it. I only got one state left. Been to 49. Well, let's get this going. So they both smell. They both smell the same. They smell like rye bread. Okay. And if you've never had rye bread, I don't know how to describe it. It's minty, but you say bread is not minty. I know. So you have to go buy some rye bread and you can try it. Taste, cheers. Hawaii would be nice. Never been to Polynesia. Yeah, same thing, spicy rye bread, tastes good. I like it. I like it. Cheers, y'all. Well, same taste, but maybe this one's a little washed out. 49 states. What parts of Ohio were you in? My home state. Oh, all over, everywhere. Everywhere. Even went to Ohio Caverns. Yeah, maybe this is a little washed out. Maybe this is the 80 proof. They're not that different though. Why did they change the recipe? Were people demanding that? I doubt that. Maybe that was the way they could get the price to go up $4. Because it was $15.99, now it's $19.99, and I was not happy about that. Tastes good though. Any complaints? Nah. Like I said, it's a little watery, but tastes good. I drink it. I am drinking it. I bought it. I'm glad I bought it. This one's stronger though. It has a fuller body and more presence. It must be the 86 proof. It is. It wins. Is it worth the $4 extra? I don't know about all that, but it does win. And so I did get it right. So see y'all later for another Rye Whiskey Taste Challenge.